Nightcap recap. What up, players?
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is the Nightcap recap. Follow along, Full Press Media on YouTube, Special Team Media Group. Guys, you saw it. We've had draft content up. We want to shout out Russ, Cohen, Sportsology, Andy McNamara, Sick Browns podcast. Guys, check out the last WrestleMania episode we just did with Jeremy. This guy knows his wrestling like we know our wrestling. This is the best time of year to be a fan. Look, we got a lot of things to dive into when it comes to the NFL. We got the NFL draft. Lefty, what's going on?
Jimmy, what's up, man? It's been a minute since we talked football on this program. It seems like right after the Super Bowl, right? Things died down a little bit. We delved into WrestleMania season. But right now, we got the NFL draft in full gear happening this week. I will be there live in living color in Pittsburgh. I'll get some content for the page. I'll let everybody know what's going on. But I'm excited to talk NFL draft, Jimmy.
I can't wait to talk the NFL draft. Like we said, we had Russ, we had Andy. We got to start it off the top. You and I, we need to get some more reaction from it. This Dexter Lawrence trade, it happened on night one of WrestleMania. Adam Schefter coming out with that. We all kind of figured this was going down the path. It doesn't meet with the coach. Agent kind of plants some seeds. Now they go to the Bengals. Bengals defense ramps up, but they give away the 10th overall pick for Dexter Lawrence. Feels like it's still kind of high even a couple of days later.
Agreed. For a guy that just had a half of a sack, right, this past season, we know what kind of a playmaker Dexter Lawrence could be, what he's been for the Giants. And like you said, Jimmy, agent putting some things out there. It seems like there was more than just Dexter Lawrence wanting a pay raise or getting paid as the top paid defensive lineman in the NFL. It seems like a lot of other things went into this besides that. So, you know, he hasn't even put out a thank you to the New York Giants or the fans yet since he's been traded. So there's some things that went down here. Definitely seemed like he didn't want to play for the Giants anymore, and he was going to find his way out, whatever way it may be. But I agree, Jimmy, the Cincinnati Bengals, a team who historically really hasn't made a lot of good moves, whether it be in the draft or signing or keeping their own guys. Yeah, okay, now you have a stud in the middle of your defensive line who can get pressures on the quarterback, create some havoc, but a defense needs more players than just one guy. You need more depth pieces around you. So this is great for the Giants. I said it. We both said it when this went down in the middle of us watching Mania. I feel like John Harbaugh and those guys made some great moves. Now sit there with 2 top 10 picks. Great for the Giants. I think a temporary fix for the Bengals to make Joe Burrow happy, but we'll see if it even works out for them way.
They still got to fix the offensive line in Cincinnati.
They still got to fix other things, yeah.
They still got to make the wide receivers happy. Got to make Joe Burrow happy. There's a lot that still has to go on in Cincinnati. Now, don't get me wrong. Now you're going to be able to compete with the Baltimores, the Steelers, the Browns defensively. And look, Andy and I touched on this. I want to get your thoughts on it because I still hear the rumblings that Myles Garrett could still get traded.
I mean, listen, Andy would be the guy that knows best. And shout out, I didn't say it before, thank you, Russ and Andy, for doing what they did with you and coming on the program and everything. But yes, Myles Garrett getting traded. I mean, if you're a team in the AFC North, you don't want to see this guy to stay with the Browns. You want him out of there. And if you're the Browns, a team that needs way more help than just a Myles Garrett, you might be better served trading him for what you can, stocking up on picks and helping your team out for the future. Because they could end up being that kind of trade where you give a stud defensive player and you get a plethora of picks to help fill in the gaps for the coming years. So, I mean, if I'm any other team in the AFC North, I want to see him get traded.
Well, I mean, the only way it works out is if you have a smart general manager. Browns don't have that.
They don't have that at all. They haven't had it for like 25 years.
Because if you got a smart general manager, you would trade Myles Garrett, probably would have traded him already, and turn him into the next Herschel Walker.
Right, that's exactly. You get a Herschel Walker deal, and you're sitting pretty for the next couple drafts.
You could reset your team. You could literally reset your team.
And if Shador, we don't know if that's your long-term guy, but if you want to have short-term success, put some talent around him, protect him with an O-line, and get him some weapons. You do that by trading your best player, and that would be a Myles Garrett, right?
Right, exactly. And it's kind of what the Giants did with Dexter Lawrence. He might not be their best player, but now you have 2 first-round picks in the top 10. Now it gives you options off those picks, right? Like I still think they're going to pick at 5. But 10 to me is in play That one you could trade down, maybe
Yeah.
try to trade it up, could go back to back, could move off, maybe get a player for it. Like, it feels like that pick is more in play than anything else.
And what's interesting here is looking back at John Harbaugh's history here with the drafts, the Ravens have usually been a really good team, and the Ravens are always picking in the late teens to 20s in the draft, right? Because they're so good. They're in the playoffs consistently. I believe he's only had a top 10 pick one time in his tenure with the Ravens. Now he's got two. And this is a guy that I think if I'm the Giants fans, we said it when they hired him. I'm happy knowing he's the guy running my football organization. If he believes that number 10 pick is valuable enough to trade back, and you said, look, offensive line is another need, right? You're going to need more O-line help for Jackson Dart to keep him protected. He will make the necessary moves. I feel confident as a Giants fan. Yeah, we might have got a little worse trading away a guy like Dexter Lawrence, 29 years old. I think we said maybe his best days might be behind him.
Maybe.
But in the long run, in the long term, this is going to be beneficial for you possibly as our buddy Joe, shout out Petrillo, 2 potential Hall of Fame picks. No hyperbole there from Joe. Potential Hall of Fame picks at number 5 and 10. Wishful thinking, but you never know. Harbaugh's the guy you want manning that ship, I think.
Yeah,
No
I
pun
mean,
intended.
I'm not going to go, as I told him, I'm not going to go as far as Hall of Fame picks.
Yeah.
You never know, maybe, but I'm not going to go that far. Again, as we said in the WrestleMania thing, night one banter at your place was
phenomenal.
It was phenomenal. It really was phenomenal. Like, it was the best. Like, I mean, look, I'm looking at ESPN mock draft right now. They still, unless the Cardinals and or Titans take them, they still have Jeremiah Love at 5. Everybody knows I've been on that train for a while. I think it's an excellent pick at 5. I know everybody's like, running backs at 5, this or that. This dude not only can pass block, run block, catch the ball out of backfield, can be a wide receiver, run the ball. Best overall talent in the draft. Top to bottom. It's the best overall talent. I've been telling you this for months. Don't fall for what ESPN is telling you right now. The Nightcap Recap told you for months Jeremiah Love's been the best talent in this draft. You
have been saying it for a long. You actually been saying it probably since the season was still going.
Yes.
On. So
I know, because some of us watched the game.
Right, and you're looking. So the interesting thing is you're looking at ESPN. I got CBS Sports. They got Love going to the Titans at 4. These are mock drafts now. We don't know what the hell's going to happen.
Yeah, we don't know.
So Love. What everybody is telling you is Jeremiah Love is a top 5 talent. He is expected to go somewhere within those 5 picks, whether it's one of these teams here early or a team potentially making a jump and taking him. If I'm the Giants, whether I get Love or not, I think even if I don't get him, I'm okay, because I think you could always find running back talent later in the drafts, right?
Yeah, I mean, you always can find the talent later in the draft. What I'm saying is if he's available, you go get him.
He's there, yeah.
You have to take him. You have to.
And if you don't, look, if he's gone before you had a chance, it seems like, look, I know it sounds like now they're off styles a little bit, but I think you have to come away with one of these Ohio State guys, whether it be Sonny Styles, whether it be Caleb Downs. I think you need to find a way with the 2 picks you have in the top 10 to have to pick one of those guys. I think it would be an upset if one of those guys does not get selected, whether it be Downs or Styles by the New York Giants. And if they find a way to maybe get the best offensive lineman in this draft, that could be another way that they try to go.
Yeah,
as well.
I mean, I get it, but I think if you're going to trade a defensive player like Dexter Lawrence, you have to. If you're not getting Jeremiah Love, you have to get 2 defensive players in the first round.
Right. So, and look, now we're hearing the rumors about Jordan Tyson. These are going through the roof today, Jimmy. I sent you some tweets, and a lot of Giants beat reporters and writers. It sounds like where there's smoke, there's fire. There's a lot of interest in drafting this kid, Jordan Tyson, who a lot of people now, which I didn't see this before, are now comparing. Where did this comparison to Justin Jefferson come from out of nowhere? I saw an article today that they're saying this
is what happens in the draft.
This is what happens in the draft. Yeah.
This is what happens at the draft. This is what happens at the NHL draft, as Russ said. This is what happens at the NFL draft all the time. When whoever wants a narrative out there about a certain player, they get it out there. Whether it's Jordan and look, Jordan Tyson when he was healthy and on the field at Arizona State was good. Wasn't Justin Jefferson good? I'm gonna tell you that right now. Justin Jefferson at LSU was a difference maker. Difference maker. Like him, Nussmeier, all those guys. Like, no, please. Justin Jefferson played, I believe, with Joe Burrow and that crew. Like, no, dude, no. First of all, the SEC is, I don't want any SEC bias here, but Justin Jefferson playing in the SEC, Jordan Tyson's playing in the Big 12, and he wasn't on the field for most of it. He only had 400-something yards. Now, could he turn out to be the guy like, Matthew Schaefer, where he only plays 17 games, comes in? Yeah, but how many wide receivers do the Giants need? They don't need another one.
No. And we're hearing reports about Odell Beckham Jr. in the building, getting a workout, potentially working out a deal. I don't think that's necessary.
They don't need it. You don't need it. I'll say this. I'll say if both are available, you take it. Look, if Love's off the boards, you take Styles and you take Downs. That's your defense.
I think Downs, looking at the Vegas odds too, I'm looking at some odds here that are being thrown out. Downs seems to be the favorite at 5 if Love is not there. Jordan Tyson's right behind him. And then the offensive lineman for Miami, I guess he's the highest ranked offensive lineman. Francis Maigoa, I believe is how you pronounce that, is the next guy there. Yeah, another Samoan. And then Sonny's, they're everywhere. Sonny Styles is a little further down on this list now. So it seems like there is some truth to the fact that maybe the Giants are a little off Styles. He was the one that had that potential degenerative knee condition, correct?
No, it was Downs. Downs has
it's Downs. But Downs seems to be the guy that they're more favored over Styles now from the looks of it, from what I'm seeing here. So if I'm the Giants, you got to come away with at least, if you don't get 2 defensive players here in the top 10, you need one of the 2 picks to be a defensive player. I think that's a must, losing a guy like Dexter Lawrence, right?
That's a must. Guaranteed must. We know Mendoza's going 1. We know the quarterback class sucks. The Jets, as Russ said, are just going to do Jet things with Bailey when they should get Arnell
Reese or Bailey. I mean, what did we think? What did Russ say here?
Reese. He loves Reese because Reese can do a couple of things. He's got the height. He can get the ball, pick up the ball off fumbles, and go the other way.
Okay.
Like he likes it.
So an athletic edge rusher. A guy that can actually like make plays on defense is what he prefers.
Like Bailey's good, don't get me wrong, but like, he likes Reese.
And look, the Jets we know have always the potential to screw things up.
Right.
And I wouldn't be shocked. Like there is a potential for some other teams. Like we heard Dallas Cowboys were a team that were interested in potentially moving up here and leapfrogging the Giants, right? So I think there's a lot of things that could happen still like unknown to us. Look, the Saints are there. The Chiefs have the number 9 pick. Do they make some noise here and try to move up and get Jeremiah Love? We're hearing reports that this might be a trade-heavy first round. So I wouldn't be shocked to see a team like the Kansas City Chiefs also make some noise here and potentially try to snag Jeremiah Love if they could do it. And if he lands there, we're all in trouble.
Yeah. Oh my God. Like, that's the worst case scenario if the Chiefs get Jeremiah Love. You do not want to give Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes that weapon.
No, you do not want to do that. So the local flair here for us, we're the New York, New Jersey area. A lot of interest with the Jets and Giants both picking in the top 5, and now the Giants with another pick. And a lot of people expecting big things out of this team in year 1 under John Harbaugh, man.
I mean, I'm not going to expect too much. Like, I'm going to keep
temper your expectations. Jimmy
I'm going to be cautiously optimistic because I think it's going to be year 2 where they really explode. They're going to build the team now, build the foundation now, and then explode the following year.
I think that's probably the key right there. It's not going to be a right away thing, but there's no reason to think that the Giants can't be a team.
The worst thing the Giants could do in year 1 is make the playoffs.
Right. I mean, look, why can't they be a team that gets hot here and makes a little run? I mean,
I'm not saying they can't. I just don't think it's ideal in a building plan.
If they do make the playoffs, so you're right, though. Expectations for year 2 are going to be unattainable, probably.
Right, exactly. Like, temper the expectation. If they get in, they get in. Great. But there's going to be a little bit more pain in Giant Land.
I think so. I think fans, I know you're a rational fan. There's some that are just not rational and don't think this way. I'd
They're
say
not
that
good enough to make the playoffs.
I want to give the fans the benefit of the doubt to know that the logical fans know that, hey, there's going to be some growing pains. This might take. We're going to look better than we did last year. Maybe we win a few more games, but we're not high expectations here just yet.
No, it's too.
Right,
Don't have stupid expectations. But look, enough about my team. Let's talk about your team.
A team that has expectations every year.
Team that has expectations every year. Trent Williams is back in the fold, baby.
Oh, man. I can't tell you how relieved I was to get this news, Jimmy.
We texted each other at the same time.
Same time. The specter of that has been lingering over the Niners because I knew immediately if this guy's not here protecting Brock Purdy, this team is in serious trouble. Anytime he's hurt or he's missing games, the Niners struggle heavily. He's the key to their run game. He's great in pass protection. He's a leader, physical presence, 2-year extension. Look, he's 37 years old. Probably this is the last contract for him. It's going to go until he's probably 40, call it a career, $50 million. Probably going to get more out of it for the first year than the second year. I don't care. This guy's here, another deal. We're re-upping. We're bringing back all the key pieces here. I'm excited about that. So thank God the Niners did that. Even with that being said, Jimmy, with the 27th pick, I think the Niners are still going to focus on potentially drafting an offensive lineman because, look, we still need to draft his replacement. We can't forget about that. That's got to come down the road eventually. And they've been linked to the kid from Utah, Caleb Lomu, or the kid.
That's a good pick.
Yeah, he's the best offensive lineman available when they pick. And then there's potentially defensively on the other side of the ball, Malachi Lawrence at a UCF edge rusher.
He's a good player, too. Malachi Lawrence is a good player.
So, I've been trusting Lynch and Shanahan every single year at the draft. Outside of the Trey Lance stuff, they've been pretty good at nailing their draft picks and getting guys that could fit in. They just, for some reason, skew away from drafting offensive linemen. And I think this is the time to do it, especially with Trent Williams getting older now and seeing the state of the team. So I think Niners will do what they usually do. Trade back, maybe get more picks, or stick to the plan, get an offensive lineman, get a D lineman, help out the secondary a little bit. And then if you truly are going to stick to your word about helping Brock Purdy, maybe bring in a receiver later in this draft somewhere. And, just that's it. Load up and get ready for a tough NFC West schedule, man.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Got a tough schedule ahead. I mean, it's ridiculous what the Niners are doing. I like what they've done. Again, I'm curious to see though. I'm curious to see if their guy, if whoever they like, if he's a day 2 guy. I wonder if some team tries to get their pick and try to draft one of those quarterbacks.
I could see it. Like I said, I think the Niners are a team that's keen to. They love trading back and stocking up picks. They only have 6 picks in this draft, which is actually kind of low. Usually Shanahan and Lynch go into a draft with about a dozen picks these last couple of years. The fact that they only have 6 picks this year makes me think that we could see a trade here late in the first round, them going back to the second, getting their guy in the second, and getting a couple back-end picks in the 4th and 5th rounds. I could totally see that. And shout out to our guy, George Kittle, for being front row at WrestleMania, both nights having a blast, chugging those beers, man.
Man, he was all over the screen. Kittle time. It was Kittle mania. It was Kittle mania on
watching his boy Penta Cero Miedo take care of business. But the Niners, look, as long as they can stay away from these injuries and the power lines at the power plant across the street, I think with Mike Evans coming in there, I'm liking what's going to happen here because I think Seattle's taking a step back. The Rams are reloading for one final year with Stafford. So the Niners are in a good spot here, I think.
Yeah, a couple more things here on this draft talk real quick. I think, a couple things. I think Mendoza will go 1, but I don't know. To me, personally, I don't think Ty Simpson should go in the first round. I think he is a second day, third day quarterback. In my opinion, Russ and I have been on it, but Russ, made some valid points about how, if you get him in the right situation, if there's a good run game, protection, stuff like that, be like Mark Sanchez. We know what happened with Mark Sanchez with a good defense and everything. However, there's not too many of those situations out there. If he did fall to the Rams, I could see it to draft the replacement. Look, I'm still not high on the kid. I think he hasn't played enough games. I don't want him to be another JJ because JJ's just Justin Jefferson made those comments about having talent in the room now. Like, I mean,
everybody
wow.
was like, "What talent are we talking about here?"
Like, what talent are we talking about here? I guess he's saying that kid's got arm strength or something. But
look, is Ty Simpson an option? Because Aaron Rodgers again doing his usual song and dance, not deciding.
I got one for you because Andy said this on the show. They got Will Howard there. Will Howard played really well at Ohio State. Like, you got to see what you have. Me personally, you know what my opinion is. If I'm the Steelers in their front office, I'm saying, dude, we're moving to Will Howard. We're not bringing you back. We don't care about the pomp and circumstances. Ooh, yeah, we're going to announce it on draft night. Ooh, yeah, thinking. But
coming out of the hole, the dark hole.
Yeah,
again.
we're coming
in Egypt.
Like, no. Like, would you want to be mediocre? Like, we know what Mike McCarthy can do with young quarterbacks.
Yeah. Look, Mike Tomlin just got the job with Sunday Night Football. That'll be interesting.
What a shocker. Mike Tomlin to TV. Another Pittsburgh Steelers head coach going to television.
Yeah. Is he taking the year off to find his way back to the NFL?
His ass ain't going back to coaching after this.
We'll see. But I've been seeing some mock drafts where Ty Simpson could end up with Pittsburgh unknowingly. But you said Will Howard is there, right? Why not give him a chance? So
I would give him a chance.
Yeah.
I just don't. This Aaron Rodgers mess is stupid. He's like, it's just, you want to be mediocre, fine. Go be mediocre. Get your ass kicked again in the first round. Like,
I think teams like, there's a couple teams here in this draft that have multiple picks in the first round. The Commanders, the Chiefs, the Jets, the Cowboys, the Giants. This is a chance for all those teams I just named to really solidify and help out their teams and put a good foot forward.
And with Dallas, we've talked about with Dallas, right?
Yeah, we think Dallas can be right there.
If Dallas nails their picks and the kids can play, they're right there.
They are for sure. I agree.
They're right there. Like Kansas City, we know they're reloading. Right? We know it. And the thing is, again, don't make stupid trades to allow Kansas City to just come back and just win a division. Like, and another Super Bowl. That's unnecessary. All right.
And let's talk about the elephant in the room. A.J. Brown. We heard Schefter now report it. June 1st. Potentially that is when the trade to the Patriots.
Kept secret in the NFL. And look, not to knock people in the business. I get it. Fine. Yeah. Whatever. It ain't new. Like, this isn't new. Like, we all know his ass is getting traded.
Despite what some Eagles fans might not want to believe. Yes, it seems like AJ truly was not happy. We saw it with our own two eyes. Whether the reports are true or not, clearly there's where there's smoke, there's fire.
I got one for you. If you heard the Russ episode, he dropped a bombshell.
What did he say?
He thinks Jalen Hurts may not be there in a year.
Look, they're doing a good job of trying to get him out of there, but some of these reports, I think some of the media there or somebody doesn't like him, and there's something about getting him out of there because they don't think he's a capable quarterback. I think that's a dumb thing because I think Hurts, whether you want to talk about his limited capabilities as a quarterback, he's proven it with great play in the Super Bowl. He didn't win, getting to another Super Bowl and winning twice. You can't. There's no remedy to replace being a winner and having the intangible. So somebody doesn't like him there. If he's not there, that's their own fault. That's Eagles did that to themselves if he's not there.
Let's see. The Eagles ran out Andy Reid.
Donovan
McNabb. Terrell Owens. Like, they just do it to themselves.
They do it to themselves. They're not happy with being a good team. It doesn't make any sense.
They just want dysfunction.
They want dysfunction. You're a team that makes the playoffs every year. Just enjoy it. The Niners media is not like that. They're upset that we don't win the Super Bowl, but we're happy and appreciative that we get there every year, you know?
Right. So you have a team that can compete every year and and I think Nick Sirianni is part of the problem. I do think Nick Sirianni coaches better when his job's on the line. I'll tell you that.
He does. Yeah, that's a proven fact.
That's a proven fact. Like you won a Super Bowl with his job on the line.
Yeah. Yeah, so if
don't discount Harry Rose.
But
I won't discount Harry Roseman trying to turn his team around like in the draft. Like he can do it.
He will. There'll be a quick they won't take mediocrity for too long. Howie Roseman won't do that. So, but look, if trading AJ Brown, a guy who's clearly not happy being there, you won a Super Bowl, you got to 2, and you're still not happy. That's on AJ Brown. So let him go where he wants. Let Devontae Smith be the number 1 receiver and get some more talent, because I think Jalen Hurts is going to have a chip on his shoulder coming into the year, probably.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, look. Again, worst kept secret, he's going to the Patriots. We all said probably the Patriots would be a landing spot for him during the offseason, during the season.
Before certain things happen.
Yeah, but again, well, take that stuff out of the equation. We were saying at the trade deadline that the New England Patriots should have been trading for him.
We did. We said that way before there was a report of this.
Like, we're like, well, New England kind of needs a weapon for Drake May.
Yeah, and there you go. There's
it is. Your weapon. Like,
it's unbelievable, man.
It's unbelievable. Like, again, I'm so curious to see like what kind of surprises we get in the draft, because there's always something.
I think from Schefter reported this and some other reports, this might be one of the more trade heavy first rounds that we've had in a long time.
Well, I kind of believe it when I see it, because I heard that the NHL draft before, and nothing happened.
I kind of like, though, that teams are a little more willy-nilly with their picks now. And they're like, you know what? We need players now. We're just going to start trading these picks. Let's see if it happens. It'll be exciting. I'll be there. Bucket list thing for me, and never been to an NFL draft live and in person. So I'll try to get as much live atmosphere reports as I can. Some video that we can edit together and put on the page. So I'm excited to give you the scoop next week when I'm back, and we'll talk about it. So looking forward to it, man.
Can't wait, man. Guys, everybody's on the scene. I'll be in Montreal for games 3 and 4 of that series this weekend. Nightcap Recap is everywhere, from Jersey to Pittsburgh to Montreal. We're everywhere, baby. We're taking
worldwide.
Over the place. We are worldwide. Hell, we had a correspondent in Vegas for WrestleMania. It was great. We're everywhere, baby. Worldwide. We'll
get some merch out there, and you can rock it everywhere you are in the United States.
The isness of the business. We know stuff always ahead of the game. Nightcap Recap. Jim Biringer, Teddy Repantis. Peace out.
Peace.